Spring questions all over the place. For instance, at Texas, do you realize they're replacing all their pass catchers? They do at Texas. Do you realize it nationally? A.D. Mitchell gone. Xavier Worthy gone. Jordan Whittington gone. Jatavian Sanders gone. They've brought guys in. They brought Isaiah Bond in from Alabama, the tight end, Nyblack from Alabama. They brought Golden in from Houston. Silas Bolden they brought in from Oregon State. They've brought in replacements. They better hit on them. They better hit on them, or all this talk about Quinn Ewers in Sark's offense, multiple-year starter now, will fall short of expectation because they don't have it. They don't have the juice at wide receiver, tight end. So that's part one that we're watching in spring. Part two, what's the level of their D-line, specifically interior guys? Because I'm watching combine coverage, and I'm watching Tavondre Sweat move way faster than someone weighing 365 pounds should move. Byron Murphy's also gone now, and they were tough to run on, in part because of those guys. And you know those guys don't grow on trees. If they do, Texas gets about the best of them. But what are they at pass catcher and on the interior of their defensive line? That's what I'll watch. This is not, by the way, supposed to be a segment where we're questioning or negatively speculating. This is what God made spring football for, as Meemaw would say. What about Miami? How good are they going to be on the back end of their defense? Miami's losing both safeties. Those were the number 2 and 3 tacklers on their team this past year. Cam Kitchens was first-team All-American back-to-back years, or first-team All-ACC back-to-back years. They're losing 4 DBs overall. Okay, they went at that position really hard in the transfer portal. They've got to hit. This is a theme, obviously, throughout spring. They better have hit at that position, and also just the young talent in general. We saw Malagoa last year. We saw Reuben Bain last year. They got to have another crop of those young guys, those freshmen, step up and play. And then the ones who didn't immediately pop from the 2023 class have to pop, because their starting 22 has to be majority comprised of the 23 and 24 classes this year. It's got to be that way for them to achieve at the level they want to. Let's go to Lubbock, Texas. And we wait. Okay, it just takes a while to get to Lubbock. So they're losing 4 or 5 offensive linemen. They're losing 7 offensive linemen who have made starts. They portaled 3 of them in there with 20-plus starts. So, again, fingers crossed, got to have those be hits. And also their defensive line only returns 2 guys who have started games, and those guys have just started, I think, 1 game apiece, Jesse. So line of scrimmage by 10 miles will be the biggest question that we have for Texas Tech. Yet again, spring, hopeful, spring, developmental. Let's get things figured out in spring so we don't have to figure it out in week 3. Notre Dame, show me what you're going to be at offensive tackle. Joe Alt, gone. Blake Fisher, gone. Those guys started, it feels like, about 1 million games at Notre Dame. They also, everyone's going to talk about tackle, so I'm not skipping over that, but everyone's going to talk about that. Do they have better talent at wide receiver now? Because a lot of people are going to talk about Riley Leonard transferring in there, and I am too, but who's he throwing the ball to? How much protection will he have? That goes to say for every quarterback in the country, but especially for him. And lastly, you just watched Washington play for a national championship. I did too. Not this Washington, because it's brand new. Same logo, same helmet, same stadium, brand new team, brand new coaching staff. They lost 21 of 22 starters. Will Rogers is up there at quarterback now. You remember him from Mississippi State. It's about as close to seeing a brand new team created as you'll see. They are 130th in returning production, so I don't even know that I want to single out a position group. I just want to look at Washington in spring. Jed Fish is the coach up there now. He's got his staff in place. They're going to have their way of doing things. What is that? What is that? Does it look like Arizona 2.0? Does he inherit a different skill set at quarterback and therefore have to be different this year? I would imagine probably yes, but that's about as well as I can do for you. I don't know what it's going to look like.